Vocabulum esseris, ominous venire obgenitor.
My God, that was a terrifying dream. You had it too?
Yes, the same one. The descent into hell.
I need a stiff drink after that nightmare.
Scrub! Look out! There'll be more of them. Let's get out of here.
You're going to hell. Hell.
At least you're out of your underwear. You're lucky the hand didn't pick you up on indecency charges.
We'll be fine as long as we don't cross the people at the laundromat who own these clothes.
So what's the flowchart?
Let's start with what we know. A scrub team tries to nuke us in the middle of the night, only we got lucky and stuffed them. The question, of course, is what have we done to earn midnight execution?
Damn it, we're ARC employees. We enforce the laws. We believe in what the hand's doing, even though they step over the line sometimes.
Maybe they nailed you for being soft on rogue techs like me. Any other ARC agents would have pulled my plug by now.
That wouldn't get us cleaned. Maybe a rebuke, but we could have told them you were a singer with data on other hackers. A few months ago, we tagged some would-be deck jocks that were programming an illegal C-space. Let a couple of kids skip, maybe give them a second chance. But again, they wouldn't scrub us over something like that.
I know the two of you are straight lines, but even you can't believe that transgressions only punishes the wicked. This is a tyranny, man. A government with supreme power.
Clearly, the first move is to learn what the hand has, or thinks it has, on us.
If it were me, my first move would be to a 787 heading to Africa. The coastal African republics have become a high-tech free zone of sorts. A little rough, but the hand don't reach that far yet.
No way. We aren't running.
She's right, Dante. We've spent our lives enforcing this government's laws. I won't end it all as a fugitive. We're getting some answers even if we have to go to Saline Solix to get them.
Where do we start? Do you think we can trust Frank Jersey?
Of course we can.
Who's Jersey?
He's an ARC captain, our superior. I've never known him to act on political motives, just the opposite. He's taken great risks defending people from corrupt busts. Lives in Georgetown. He would have the official email on our scrub.
Nick Cannon. He's jacked into the Voice of God newsnets almost constantly. He's one of the few people who get the news before it's run through the Decency Council's censors. Fortunately, he owes us for overlooking some information theft.
Don't you two arrest anybody?
We figured he was a good person to have our hooks into. Looks like we were right.
You two'd have to stroll right into Voice of God headquarters on the mall. It's too risky.
Voice is usually low security, and we don't plan on using the front door. So that's it. Cannon and Jersey. Not much. I wouldn't trust anyone else not to turn us in.
I might be able to fill your need. I know someone with links to the front. I don't know how desperate you are or whether you have any faith left in the system, but you may want to see what the other side has to offer.
It's funny, almost. A week ago, we would have busted you for telling us that.
I won't mention him again, but if you're looking for new friends, his name's Aldous Xenon. You can find him in a bodega in Chinatown near Gallery Place. I'll pass your names to him. He's a little rough, not your usual type, but you can trust him.
We'll keep it in mind. We certainly need all the help we can get.
Don't deal me out. I owe you two for not feeding me to transgressions. You always have a hiding place here. Take that extra key over there. It's yours. I'll surf the underground network, see if anything's being rapped out about your case.
The pad of a cybertech artist. You get the idea that the occupant is apt to strum the guitar while working on the computer. The art from around the world gives the impression that he's well-traveled, too, and in more ways than one.
Don't deal me out. I owe you two for not feeding me.
The pad of a cybertech artist. You get the noble Gideon Ashanti. The heroic Rachel Brock. At last, a friendly face. Dante Scrivener, underground hacker and amateur philosopher, grants you safe haven in his apartment. You never turned him in, although he is guilty of minor misuses of technology, because he has kept you informed on tech innovations in the underworld. You have become friends over the years.
Cappuccino, anyone? Maybe some tea with a hit of bourbon in it? You must be freezing after your jog about town in your underwear.
Ew, we figured you'd have heard by now.
I saw it on the scrub team's playback footage. You two kicked some ass. I didn't know you had that in you.
Neither did we. Amazing what surprise and fear can do for your combat reflexes.
We know it's probably stupid to come here, Frank, but we need to talk to someone on the inside who we can trust. We know the Hand might be watching this place.
Screw the Hand. I'm an ARC captain. This is the last place they'd look for you. My standing orders are to scrub rogues like you. You know me. I always follow orders.
Why was a scrub team trying to burn us in our bed? Who gave the order, and what the hell for? We've done our duty for Hand and country. Is this our payback? We haven't done anything.
That's probably what most of the people you feed to the scrubs said.
Those people were sinners, Captain. They deserve what they got.
I forgot. You two are believers in the guiding hand. You thought being narcs for reality containment was doing God's work. Still feel that way now?
There's got to be an explanation. There was some kind of mistake.
Don't play games with me, girl. The hand has something on you. What have you done?
Is this interrogation 101, Frank? If our scrub went over the net, then you know what they're charging us with. That's why we're here. You tell us what we've done.
You want to keep me in the dark? Fine. Maybe you don't know why they want you. Maybe you do. Here's what I know. The official charges are crap. Come on! You mean this kind of stuff doesn't trickle down to grunts like you?
Educate us, Captain. Obviously, we need it.
The hand's rule isn't exactly the rule of law. It's not what they charge you with, but the fact that they charge you at all. Officially, you're in violation of the Artificial Realities and Extranuminal Environments Design, Programming, and Transportation Act. You've been accused of dealing in pornographic virtuals involving human-demon coupling.
They said we're skin dealers? That's ludicrous. Look at my case history. I've burned whole libraries of pornographic books and virtuals. It's a frame job, Captain.
Of course it's a frame job. You two are either guilty of something else, in which case I'll take you in myself, or you become politically unpalatable for some reason and they want to whack you for it.
So somebody in ARC wants us dead?
Someone in ARC, or Transgressions, or the Pentagon, somebody with some connections, because they've linked you with Mr. Beautiful. They only do that when they're desperate to whack somebody. Beautiful is one of Transgression's dirtiest little secrets. Association with him is as good as a guilty verdict. They accuse someone of running in a narcotics or porn or illegal reality scheme, fabricate a link to Beautiful, haul his ass in, he signs a confession implicating the accused. Beautiful's freed on some technicality, and the accused gets scrubbed, or worse.
Let me guess. Beautifuls fingered us as accomplices in a virtual skin ring.
That's a good guess.
Where do we find this Assyrian scumbag?
He's got a hangout in the back room of a speakeasy called the Interface out in Foggy Bottom. Watch your step. Everybody in the place fancies themselves a badass, and most of them actually are.
Then we're finished. The two of us can't fight Transgressions.
Best you can try to do is avoid them. They'll try for you again, that's for sure. Still, there might be a way to make Transgressions work for you, if you've got the guts to try it.
I don't know about guts. Will desperation do?
Not everyone in Transgressions is a despot hiding behind holy robes. There are some men and women of integrity trying to make the system work. One of them's an acquaintance of mine, named Jean Saint-Mouchoir. He's a compulsive diarist, makes entries in a voice journal every day. He's a straight arrow, by-the-book guy, so you can't risk confronting him. You'll have to break into his office, and he has passwords on everything in the system. But if you can break those, you might tap into what he knows about your case. I know that's not much, but it's a start. His office is in Sin Central, the Transgressors complex right smack in the Federal Triangle. Scrubs were out in force that night, which suggests a sweep, which means one of two things. You're either really involved in something dirty, in which case I'll haul your asses in myself, or Transgressions is using one fabricated crime to wipe up a whole lot of undesirables. Question is, why are you two loyal ARC agents suddenly dirt?
Who were the other germs? Any pattern to the hits?
Only name that meant anything to me was Swivel O'Leary. He ran a speak called the Interface over in Foggy Bottom. Wild place. Mr. Beautiful hangs there. Transgressions had been tolerant to this point, but they finally got around to O'Leary. Well, who knows? Transgressions is shadowy in its accusations because it answers to nobody. Virtual porn's a popular setup. They get you for the sexy stuff and for the VR. Not much I can tell you because I haven't worked that turf in decades. Pain in the ass, more than anything. Spend half your time busting horny kids and couples looking for a few new thrills.
But beautiful deals in this stuff?
That's not his usual game. Plenty of other demons for that. Stay in touch. Do what I can to watch your backs, but be careful. The hand's not finished with you two.
The electronic key to Dante's apartment. Where better to go when you're on the run? The kitchen of a cop. A safe, warm, middle-class place to discuss the fact that someone is trying to hunt you down and kill you. Your trusted ARC superior, Captain Frank Jersey, is alone in his kitchen. He seems to have been waiting for you. You've always found his calm authority reassuring.
Yes, Imperator Solux?
Avert your eyes from your Imperator. You are not fit to look upon me, much less serve me. How is it that you allowed those corrupt ARC agents to escape the hand?
Well, we didn't expect anyone else to be in the apartment, so we...
You didn't expect? Did you plan? Did you think? Were you not entrusted with an important task? Could you have taken your head out of your ass long enough to point a gun at a couple of sleeping, small-time civil servants and pull the trigger?
Well, but I...
You disgust me. You with your muscles and your firepower, pistol-whipped like a coward. Do you realize that the only thing separating you from an ape is an opposable thumb? As for your balls, you obviously haven't been using them either. So they will be mine. Take him! Get him out of my sight!
What is it?
I'll give you 3 guesses and a chance for the washer decking unit.
The password, numbskulls. You want in? You gotta give me it.
There's a password? You're kidding me.
Nah, you gotta be a member. Read this sign.
Well, 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 and who's the next victim?
I beg your pardon.
So, this is what you look like now. Wow, they did a nice job. You look great.
Why, Mr. Ashanti, my little heart would be all aflutter if I had one.
Rachel, honey, allow me to introduce Cinna Stone. She's, an old friend of mine.
Oh, really?
No, I just mean we go way back,
Yeah, we used to go way back, behind the barn, didn't we, Gideon? Hey, Gid, remember the days when I used to see through you? I love you, baby. I'll always love you.
Cut it out, Cinna. This is Rachel.
Not the Rachel. Well, what do you know? Walks on 2 legs and everything.
Wait a minute. Gideon, you never mentioned that you two were...
Involved, friendly, acquainted, pals, buddies, amigos, familiar with the beast with 2 backs, just good friends, a scream in the night, rock around the clock. What do you know? Here come the daylight kind of friends.
Right. He never mentioned that.
So, Cinna, how's things by you?
Oh, just fine, thank you for asking. I found that after you, electronics is the next best thing. Of course, it's not like I have any choice in the matter now.
I was really sorry when I heard, Cinna.
I know. I got your cards, the flowers, or rather, the flower. What is that supposed to be, dashing or something? A man sends you a single rose?
That wasn't a white rose by any chance.
White as snow. You on the mailing list?
One of many, apparently.
Rachel, the woman was dead. I mean, not dead exactly.
It's all right, Gideon. I was dead, still am as a matter of fact, in the quaint, traditional sense of the word. I'm not more than a picture in a scrapbook.
I just don't get this stuff. It's you. You're thinking, talking, still seem to have a little feeling, but...
It's not her feeling I was wondering about.
Relax, Rachel. Gideon always preferred his women to have some substance. Didn't you, Lamb Chop? He liked them live, too.
So how did they do this?
Did most of this myself, actually. You work with the kind of ordnance I work with, you always figure on slipping someday, especially when the tech updates itself every 5 minutes. I developed this droid I'd been tinkering with for years, and every now and then I downloaded as much of my own playful, sweet self as I could into data. My personality, memories, you name it, everything. That's me onto a couple of compact discs. I didn't bother to keep up the holographic file, so you'll notice I'm a bit younger than the last time you saw me. The last picture of me was from a cousin's wedding. I remember wishing I'd brought some plastic explosives with me. The band played Satisfaction once too often.
Do you remember what happened? I'm sorry. You probably would rather not.
Nah, it's all right. I don't remember a thing. I only remember up to my last downloading, which was about a week before what my doctors like to call the unfortunate incident. I remember taking the assignment, though. It was with an old friend from the Georgetown Revo days. You know, an old friend I was seeing in a new kind of light. He was a pretty damn good B&E man, though. But as far as demolitions go, he didn't know shit from Shinola. So I thought I'd help out and see what it would be like to work together. The job called for us to use proto-glycerin caps. Nitro in gel form. Highly unstable stuff. Not for use at home. Next thing I know, I'm coming out of surgery, and there's no there.
You think your partner screwed up?
Couldn't say. He didn't make it. He always was kind of fumble-fingered when it counted, though. I guess it just goes to show you, never mix love and explosives.
Sorry about your friend.
Don't be. I'm a holograph. Go ahead, pinch me.
Who was in on the operation? What was your target?
Oh, no, you don't, Arkhead. You know I would never give up names.
Well, I'm not exactly with the firm any longer.
I heard. They finally wised up to the fact that you weren't really a fascist at heart and put a hit out on you. But I figure, knowing you, that it hasn't sunk in yet. You probably figure it's some bureaucratic snafu you can still clear up. And to be honest, it's an old habit that's gonna die even harder than I did, knowing better than to talk about the Revo side of things. I mean, remember how much trouble you had kissing in public? Even after we'd been going out ages, it made you uncomfortable?
Was he like that with you, too? I thought it was me.
Now, he's got his prudish side. And does he still leave wet towels all over the place?
Oh, wait a minute. I think we're getting off the subject.
How'd you like to see him take a walk on the Revo side?
Gideon? That's something I'd like to see.
Great. Why don't you come with us? We could certainly use you. Of course, with my expertise with explosives, unlikely to blow you up again.
No problem. That's the great thing about being dead. You don't sweat the little things.
Great. I have a feeling that with you along, we'll really be able to give the Hand a run for their money.
Yeah, well, you know my motto. If you can't figure it out, blow it up. By the way, Rachel, I was just kidding earlier. I mean, I knew it was over between Gid and me the first time I heard him mention your name.
Really? The first time? Why, Gideon.
Judas Priest. Is it me, or did the road just get longer? Okay, ladies. Beautiful must be behind that door at the rear of the bar. First thing we should do is confront that demon. Once we've done that, we can consider these other leads we've collected. Let's see. Dante told us about Aldous Xenon of the CFF. We should go there soon. There's Nick Cannon at Voice of God near the mall, and Dr. Clean at McPherson Square. Jersey tipped us to Mouchoir's computer in the transgressions office near Federal Triangle, and he also mentioned a demon hunter named Dean Sterling. Maybe Mouchoir's got something on Sterling. Of course, if we really get desperate, we can drop in on our old friends Pap and Anime at their comic shop near Gallery Place. Not far from that Xenon fellow. A long road indeed. On to beautiful, ladies.
You don't look like the type who drinks in a place like this.
Not by choice. I'm desperate to earn some money. Know anybody who needs the services of a good forger?
Damn right you don't look the part. Why put yourself at risk?
That's my business, isn't it?
Not if you're pushing your services to us.
I told you, it's the money. I need cash to get my daughter out of the city. She lives with a gang of kids that call themselves the Clean Machine. They live near McPherson Square in a tenement across the street from their opposite numbers, the Deadly Seven.
That's odd. What caused the division? Was it a result of their deck mutation?
Not much we can do about getting your girl out of the gangs, but we could have use for a forger.
I always carry my tools. If you want me to work with you, I'm ready. But my condition is this. You two help me convince Chastity to leave the Clean. Do something to show her how empty a life it is, and I'll serve as your forger. Agreed? Remember our deal now. You have to help me with Chastity while I forge for you. Time goes by and I think you're welching on our deal. I'll leave you high and dry.
I shudder to ask.
Actually, I thought we'd do the asking.
I should have known. Investigators. You have that orderly, methodical look. Seekers of arrangement where there is none. It doesn't exist. And even if it did, I'm not interested.
Judas Priest. How do you order a drink with that kind of mumbo-jumbo?
Kind of reminds me of the time I tried to get you to talk about commitment, Gideon.
Yeah, well, you blew your chance at that one, didn't you? In more ways than one, I'd say.
Blew my chance? Did it ever occur to you that maybe some women feel that they don't have to beg a man to commit to something? Maybe I was secure enough.
Are you saying that I'm insecure, you tin-plated bimbo?
Will you two knock it off?
All right. So anyway, lady, what you're saying is you're a fan of disorder.
Queen of chaos, actually. Deck in, baby. C'est-moi. Queen chaos.
Is it me, or is this conversation just a tad over my head?
It's shooting around you, my dear, like subatomic particles ricocheting for no discernible reason. And yet I repeat, even disinformation includes information.
Do you know how we can get a hold of Mr. Beautiful?
Everyone knows that. You just have to say the magic word.
Good. There's nothing random about that. It takes a certain particular word to summon him up.
And yet not without the possibility of chance occurrence. Much like what happens in happenstance. A cyberduality, the prosing occurrence of his appearance with you standing there. Much like if a drink was suddenly to appear at my elbow, for example.
Much like the fat within chance. You want a drink from us, you've got to give us some news we can use.
I'm sorry. You're like aliens to me. I see him all around me. It seems easy. You must merely look at the creature to see his essence.
But we can't look at him if we can't summon him up.
If you could, you would see no more than some petty hood, not unlike thousands of others. Fate has condemned him, so he is the essence of condemnation. In that lies his essence. Within his essence, you will find him.
My head hurts.
Mine too. I give up. Thanks for your time, Queenie.
I shudder to...
Actually...
Are you...
Will you...
Alright.
Is it... But we can't...
If you...
Mine too. You That's...
Not a...
That's a...
Not my...
I'll...
Hey, sweetheart, ditch that loser and run with a real man. I got a full tank of gas in the hog, a 6-inch wad of $100 bills, and enough adrenal stimulators to party for a week straight.
Tempting offer, Chief, but I'll pass. We've got work to do.
Come on, babe, what can tall, dark, and depressed do for you that Mind Runner can't? Hanging with me is more than just physical, if you get what I'm saying. They don't call me Mind Runner for nothing.
Can it, Casanova? We're digging for data on Swivel O'Leary.
O'Leary. Funny how a man gets more interesting once he's had his intestinal tract splattered all over a walk-in freezer. Swivel played it cool, kept his mouth shut, mostly mumbled to himself. Hell, half of that was in Latin.
Latin? He spoke Latin?
Just a few phrases. Hell only knows where he picked that up. Freaking annoying is what it was. I almost busted his chops plenty of times. Vocabulum est grale, omnis venere abgenitor. He must have mumbled that 1,000 times under his breath. What's with you two? That mean something to you?
Vocabulum est grale, ominous venere obgenitor, huh? The word grale could mean something.
Glad I could help, Sunshine. Guess you owe me now. I can think of dozens of ways to repay me, depending on how flexible you are.
What'll it be?
Answers to some questions we have.
Okay, beer.
I beg your pardon?
That's my answer.
You only sell beer?
We like to keep it simple.
We wanted to ask you about Swivel O'Leary.
Swivel's dead.
Any idea why the hand would off him?
You don't get it. He's dead, as in smeared against the freaking wall. As in no way in hell I'm talking to you about him.
Christ, whatever happened to the friendly neighborhood barkeep that you could tell your troubles to?
He's still dead.
So are we if we keep wasting time on clowns like you. Come on, Gid.
The place still resonates, with the shockwaves emanating from the mysterious and brutal murder of the owner, Swivel O'Leary, by a government scrub team. All the normal, talkative patrons keep coming, however. Maybe because now they have something to talk about. This disparate confabulation of decades of urban contrariness and fashion, attitude and jargon appears to have dressed in the closet of some countercultural royal in the dark. Carries it all off with the haughtiest, most regal bearing, though. The look of royalty, slightly deposed. A woman of striking warmth and grace is out of place in this seedy speakeasy. Ever since the previous bartender, owner Swivel O'Leary, was brutally murdered by a scrub team, former Hell's Angel Sore has been nervous and tender as a, well, open sore. Some things never change. A big, badass biker. The place still resonates, with the shockwaves emanating from the mysterious and brutal murder of the owner, Swivel O'Leary, by a government scrub team. All the normal, talkative patrons keep coming, however. Maybe the excellent old beer, first brewed by the Nazis in Berlin. This is the label of the upper crust in the days of the Solux regime. The heroic Rachel Brock. He may look like an elf, but he's really a wizard when it comes to jury-rigging anything out of nothing. He's even got his appearance rigged to his liking. Due to his size and quiet demeanor, he's easily overlooked, despite the fact that his name has near legendary status. The snooty brew of choice for 2095's happening now, upperly mobile in their dreams, people. Guaranteed to get you the car, the girl, or at least unconscious.
I was wondering when you two would get to me.
What are you talking about, fella? We never saw you before.
I know, just my footprints. And that's only when I got sloppy a couple of times.
Who the hell are you?
Name's Scub Stevens.
Holy cow, Scub Stevens? The man's a legend.
You're Scub Stevens? You're kidding me.
You expected something taller?
Well, yes, frankly. A holograph can dream, can't she?
Then, a holograph can have some manners.
It's just that we never figured on meeting you. The sign of a good rigger is that he doesn't leave too many fingerprints. You don't leave any. In fact, that's how we know a job is yours. No fingerprints, no marks, vert after images, nothing.
But for what I seen, if anybody could have given me problems, would have been you two. Too bad for Ark. You're out of the business.
Wait a minute, I just remembered something. Didn't a scrub team come after you once?
Maybe? No maybe about it. Don't they teach you Ark boneheads about famous disasters amongst your peers? I mean, he took out an entire scrub team.
Let's just say you should never try to take a jury rigger at home. I didn't have to lift a finger. All they had to do was open the door. How did you guys escape?
Pure luck. They were expecting to take us out one at a time.
It's never pure luck when you outdo a scrub team, lady.
Now I'm beginning to think our luck has run out.
Well, maybe not. You're off the hand's map now. That's one good thing. They don't know where you are. They don't know what you know. There's a bunch of good people that were in your jurisdiction they never heard of. People you laid off of. Maybe some of them could help you.
People like you?
I can be persuaded. Plus, I sort of owe you two.
You'd be willing to work with us even though there's a scrub team after us?
Yeah, what the hell? It's a slow week. What do you think? You need me?
Great. But don't you have to, get your little black bag or whatever it is riggers carry their tools around in?
Nah, I'm a rigger for God's sakes. If you can't make do with stuff on hand, what good are you?
A woman of striking warmth and grace is out of place in this seedy speakeasy.
Decided you need a forger after all, huh? Remember our deal now. You have to help me with chastity while I forge for you. Time goes by and I think you're welching on our deal. I'll leave you high and dry.
What's this? What trouble have I bought? Have I copped a fate, naughty and full? Are you heat or scrubs who want me shots? I plead you see, I'm only dutiful. I didn't make the game I play. The one you want is Mr. Beautiful.
You got that right, Shorty. We need to see your master. Now.
See him? Not everyone may. Those who do are select. Make your bones, you dues to pay. I will summon him if I elect, but for me to chant and call him hence, from you the code I must detect. Incorrect, you stupid slob! You have no hope! Go get a job!
Damn, these underworld types are secretive. Vials of silence, passwords, secret handshakes. Now we need a code word to summon this demon. Maybe there was something in that gibberish Queen Chaos was spouting. It seemed like she was trying to tell us something. If I can just remember what she said.
Besides the fact that the room is papered with the kind of wallpaper you don't want to stray too close to, there's the pentagram on the floor, and all the other etceteras you'd expect in the office of a Major League demon. The jukebox, though, is a puzzling inclusion.
The cue is not yours to take! While my master lives, he'll use your head to break! Now is not the time to dance! You business in the city dark! On my cue, you get your chance!
Besides the fact that the room is papered with the kind of wallpaper you don't want to stray too close to, there's the pentagram on the floor, and all the other etceteras you'd expect in the office of a Major League demon. The jukebox, though, is a puzzling inclusion. A regulation but souped-up, customized pool cue that has a kind of sticky feel to it. It belongs to Mr. Beautiful. A small demon in spats feigns servility. He is the demonic epitome of the plotting servant, carrying out his master's agenda whenever it coincides with his own agenda. A blast from the past, a jukebox loaded with Mr. Beautiful's favorite hits.
Your brow is twisted. You look tense. You desire still to see my master. You must give the code to fetch him hence. You're impatient. You want him faster. To summon him you lack the stuff. Give the code or court disaster. The underworld will part and rend, a fissure up from hell to surface, and beauty rise at the word condemn.
Abonitas, you cowering lick spittle. I told you to go light on the smoke and brimstone and shit when I'm in my human form. This stuff goes right into my friggin' throat, man.
You find it even harsher as of late, with human hearts and human lung. Perhaps you are not one so great. But I speak with too sharp a tongue. As your servant I stoop and crawl. Here are two with stories unsung.
Oh, listen to you. You're not fooling anybody with a false modesty. Fire up the espresso machine. I want a pot of double stuff ready for me when I'm done with Gideon and Rachel here. Now, I'm gonna tell you two, I am not happy. I'm not frickin' happy at all when two of my people are making this much noise. Kicking the crap out of scrub teams in your underwear? How do you think that's gonna play with the Dagos and the Spics and those damn Indians downtown? I got every mob in this town handing me money because I've got Mephisto's patronage and a sweetheart deal with the hand. You two start blowing their people's brains out and you know what I'll have? I'll have friggin' squat, man. And every scrub gun in the metro area will be after me.
What is this? We don't work for you. We've never even seen you before.
Don't play games with me, girlie. That's the problem with the rackets these days. Nobody's got any loyalty left. Hey, I'm fighting a war here. I got enemies on every front and on two different planes of existence. I don't need mutiny by my own friggin' people.
We're not your people, beautiful. We're wise to what your sweetheart deal with the hand is all about. We know that you implicate people in crimes that they didn't commit, so that the hand is a cover story for arresting them. Well, it didn't work, pal. We slipped that noose, and we figure you know the real reason the hand wants us killed. We've come for answers, beautiful.
Don't push it, Ashanti. Ask Abonitas what happens. When he pushes me too far. He pushes and pushes and pushes, man. And then I have to push back. It ain't pretty, man. It ain't pretty.
We know what your game is. We know that you helped set us up for the scrub hit. We're here to learn the reasons why, and don't try to intimidate us, because we're not afraid of demons.
You're making demands on me. You got rocks as big as church bells, boy. But I'm gonna make 'em ring if you don't watch your step. A couple of ham and egg grifters think they can walk into my office in my speakeasy and give me the business. And don't hand me this fearless rap. You've had the late night kick on your door. The scrub team showed you how vulnerable you are. This planet's brimming with fear, man. I sense it everywhere, in everything. It's in the sweat of anxious trans-globe grunts in lonely beds at 4 a.m. and skinny chicks with ugly scars taking wicked backhands from husbands. Don't think you're special. You got buckets of fear in you, boy, and I'll rip it out and show it to you if I didn't need both of you.
This is useless. Let's get out of here, Gideon.
You're not going anywhere. You're still in shock from the scrub attack. It happens to everyone the first time someone tries to shoot them in their bedroom. Trust me, you'll get over it. The best thing to do is plunge yourself into your work. Now, here's what you gotta do for me. You gotta help me with Sanguinarius. That son of a bitch. He's been a stone in my shoe for centuries, and today we settle all accounts. Does he think I've got my head in the sand, that I don't know what he's doing with all that ordnance he's stockpiling? That megalomaniac sees himself straddling the horse of death. Man, and he's leading his army of demons armed with bazookas, machine guns, and cluster bombs. He's even invented his own weapons. Guns that fire poisonous serpents and machine guns spraying hellfire. And see, he's got this vision of himself on this horse, man, with my head impaled on his sword, and he's kicking ass all over hell in the name of his master, Belial, who'll reward him with chests of gems and chariots of overflowing with food and chambers full of plump naked boys or some shit like that. Oh, your tiny little minds can't conceive the desperate grandeur of a demon's dreams. He wants it all, and that includes my head. But I'll be bum-buggered from this to Dorchester if that gun-crazy Diablo's getting the drop on me.
Let's play along a little, Rachel. Something wild's happening here, and we might be able to turn it to our advantage. I never quite understood the conflict between you and Sanguinarius.
What's to understand? There's nothing to it. It's a vendetta. It's hate. We're demons. Hate's our thing, our shtick, our raison d'etre. It's what we do. Sanguinarius serves that ignorant, hulking Belial, see? And I do the job for Mephistopheles. We've been tearing it up over the same turf for thousands of years, and now I got the upper hand. I had the vision, the brilliance to get connected with humankind's most potent sinners. I had the genius to take human form and become a player in the rackets. I built what I got with class and negotiation. Every mob boss has a weakness, and I played them off one another like a freaking maestro. They all depend on me for something. Sanguinarius thinks he can just buy up weapons and blast his way to victory. That's so typical of Belial's cadre, man. So now it's time to go to the mattress. We're gonna hit him before he figures out how to use his new toys. You two proved yourself by kicking that scrub team's ass. And I think you're ready for the big time.
He's ranting, Gideon. He's completely evil and insane.
Let's hear him out. He's coming to the point.
You bet your ass I'm coming to the point. You're going to hell to see what Sanguinarius has got. I want to put a job on that monkey. I'm gonna know what he's packing. He thinks he's the only demon who can score from the military. Meanwhile, I got dozens of buyers working the streets, M50 tanks with uranium-coated shells, automatic weapons with armor-piercing bullets, capillary-bursting sonic devices. Arms race with me, Willie. I'm gonna shut him down. See, you two are gonna help me take away his edge. I know he's whipping on a trio of high brass that used to belong to those saps in the CFF. If we can snatch them out of there, one of them might be loyal enough to steer some Pentagon hardware my way.
And if they tell you to stuff it?
Then I'll freaking stuff them with broken beer bottles and cherry bombs. And the same for you if you don't get your blank minds linked up with my psychopomp. I want you to bring back as many of those tin soldiers as you can. But look out for Sanguinarius. If he catches you, you're gonna have to duke it out with that helmet head. So you got your marching orders. You gonna just stare at me? Or are you ready to go to hell?
Exit stage left, Gideon. There's nothing in hell that's gonna save our necks.
I don't know, Rach. It's a dangerous hunch, but I think Beautiful's an important part of this mess. We don't have any leads on Earth about why the Hand wants us dead. Maybe we have to go to hell to get the truth.
Here's the drill, kids. I use my psychopomp to open a portal between here and hell. You need to get out. Just think about leaving, and you'll be back. Unless you try to job me, and then I'll leave you there to burn. Are you all clear on that?
That doesn't work. Where's Sanguinarius? He's gone.
No, he's not gone. He's over there, going over the latest loot that greedy trader Mangini let him have.
Don't worry, General. We're here to save you. We're with the front.
I don't care if you're with the Foreign Franken Legion. Get out of here. You came here of your own accord? How stupid can you be? Evac, all ass, retreat. Sanguinarius is nearby, and he's spoiling for a fight. You'll end up in worse shape than me.
The main storage facility for Sanguinarius's vast arsenal. Big enough to include not only weapons but aircraft and other vehicles, he spends a lot of time here just soaking up the atmosphere. Admiral Pike, one of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, writhes in pain. The once rugged, now bruised and battered and nearly fried Marine Chief of Staff, General Tantlinger, eyes you up.
Hold on, General. We'll get you out of here as soon as we can deal with Sanguinarius.
Don't worry about me. This bastard hasn't gotten diddly out of me. I wouldn't even give him my name, rank, and serial number.
The crucified torture victims lining the horizon, backlit by firelight, seem apropos in this perpetual battle zone. This is the place where Sanguinarius likes to try out his new weapons, and his old for that matter. Clearly a demon who revels in his uniform, which is the proverbial full metal jacket and then some. This unique weapon actually consists of the upper body of an android carrying a machine gun. Worn like a backpack, the wearer merely has to face an enemy to elicit a deadly round of fire over his head from the buddy. These plastique charges are set for detonation when the pin is pulled. This cartridge contains a deadly, fast-acting, wide-area nerve gas. One of Sanguinarius's improvements on earthly weapons, this rifle fires a shell that on explosion releases a swarm of hellspawn serpents that slither over an opponent, inflicting countless lethal bites. A standard Army-issue laser rifle. 2095's version of an assault rifle holds a bigger clip and fires higher caliber bullets at a significantly faster rate. Modern weaponry has not improved significantly on the World War II era bazooka, except that the explosive charges are a good bit more powerful. This sinister weapon is sharp enough to split hairs and heavy enough to require two hands.
Humans with guns? Ask Mangini if those guns are gonna make any difference. I'll plug you and gut you and feed your bowels to the hellhounds and racketeering.
Stuff it, gruesome. We don't scare that easy.
No, but I'll bet you die real good.
We did your dirty work for you, beautiful. Now you can pay us back by clearing our names.
Payback? You ought to pay me back, girlie, after all I've done for you two. You think Sanguinaris is the only one who wants me dead? I keep my standings in the mob because they're too afraid to try for me. I show one sign of weakness, one sign I can be had, and they'll be on me like dogs, man, like rabid freaking hellhounds. I need you two to be good Germans and wait for your orders. You keep your asses out of trouble, and you keep checking with me. I'll have your next mission.
Neither one of you a slaughtered lamb? It is Sanguinarius who tastes defeats. I salute your strength. Let's down a dram. The cue is not yours to take! While my master lives, he'll use your head to break!
Hey, Cannon, the world can wait. You got company.
No, wait a second. Is that you, Gideon Ashante? Well, then Rachel Brack must be there also. The news waits for no one. I'll be with you. Now, I'm assigning stories. Let's see. French authorities probe latest report of a hell portal opening. What else? A minor demon named Morak is elected to the Georgia State Assembly. That's it. Download and assign. Hold the rest. Sorry to make you wait. There's too much news streaming over the lines. Too much happening. Hey, speaking of news, what's the buzz with YouTube? Transgressions put out a wire a few nights ago that had you two scrubbed. They don't usually make mistakes about who's dying. Are you two a couple of ghosts?
No mistake, Nick. They wanted us. They just didn't get us this time.
Wire said you two were running virtual pornography with a demon called Mr. Beautiful. I got 2 reporters on it right now, getting details from Transgressions. Planning to run a sidebar on Beautiful.
We got lucky and got the drop on the scrubs that came to do us, but luck won't keep us alive.
Whoa! Something coming over the wire that would have interested you when you were with ARC. A gang of kids in Judiciary Square calling themselves the Freak Beats. They're a bunch of 4th-generation deck babies with a serious hate for anyone associated with artificial realities.
Warrens around the square are rife with outlaw techs. They've picked their hunting grounds well.
Yeah, we've been covering their activities. Han likes to report on techs getting scrubbed. Censors pass that stuff through almost without comment. Freak's current rant is that they're drawing a bead on the whereabouts of an Actodec pioneer.
He's got to be 1,000 years old by now. I thought they were all dead.
Freaks think he's there. Who cares? The only reason I'm telling you this is because you're going to need a hiding place, and the Warrens are a good place to disappear into. The freaks will like that you were Ark. They might put you up. They sound kind of crazy, but you can't be too picky right now.
You friggin' machine! I'm like jacking out of this bitch!
You aren't jacked into it, dirtbag. You're in an arcade, not surfing the net.
Rach, this place may not be the ideal hideout. We heard it was. I mean, you think these punks could outwit a scrub team?
I'll say, if these kids had dynamite for brains, they wouldn't be able to blow their nose.
They're with Ark! They're with Ark!
Will you disconnect? They're not Ark. If they were Ark, would be cranked by now.
Wait a minute. That was pretty good, kid. You must have read my mind. You psionic?
I'm a lot of things. You better watch your friggin' step. Even if you are with Ark.
Were with Ark. You're good, kid, but you're not perfect. We're on the lam, trying to avoid Ark, just like all of you Generation Experimental kids. I guess that part didn't get through to your receptors.
Get cranked, asshole!
Sounds appetizing. Probably a good thing I don't know what that means, punk.
You don't know about friggin' crank hour?
Well, kid, here's a novel opportunity for you. Enlighten us.
Julius Crankhour. He invented the friggin' Actideck.
Is he here?
He's totally dead, man. Crankhour got cranked by freaks just like us. Happened years ago.
If he'd known the Actideck was gonna lead to kids like you, he probably would have killed himself.
Wait till we get his little employee. His blood's gonna be all over the place.
What are you freaks talking about? Man, these Gen X kids give me such a headache.
We're gonna kill him! That's what!
Who?
Drexler! Oscar friggin' Drexler!
Wicked man, you are really starting to drool. These two morons don't know anything. Drexler used to work for Crankhour at Vesuvius Labs back in the 30s, back in the friggin' Dark Ages. They were making games. Now we're gonna play a little game with Oscar.
Wham! Bam! 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 Oh man, it's gonna be beautiful! We're gonna crank it up! We found out he lives over by Union Station. We got it all planned out. Just a few more hours, we'll be taking him out.
You're gonna murder this guy in cold blood?
Yeah, and if the freaks kicking in the door miss him, two more are gonna be outside his window, flying with low-grav jet boots. He won't even see it coming. Damn freak maker. You two wanna watch? Deal's going down soon.
Wait a minute. You two and the rest of your gang are gonna kill an old man for something he did 60 years ago?
What's that supposed to friggin' mean? You think we can't do it? You think we shouldn't? His damn invention made us freaks. Oh man, I should be the one to kill the old bastard. I wouldn't even need a friggin' weapon.
He's killed people with his friggin' brain.
Come on, kid, let's get out of here. I'd rather take my chances on the street. They don't call these kids freaks for nothing.
You got a problem, Scuzzball?
Kid, you're vibrating like a tuning fork. What's wrong with you?
I've heard the freaks had some weird manifestations, but this isn't quite what I anticipated.
What'd you expect? You think we all had two heads or something?
Not exactly.
Oh, look, kid, just relax. The more excited you get, the more you seem to vibrate. Maybe we should talk to somebody else. Where is everybody?
There's a bunch of us around, so watch your freaking step.
Let's move on, Rach. There's something going on around here. The natives are restless.
Small and cramped as it is, the occupant of this attic apartment seems to be pretty relentless about stuffing it with homemade toys and inventive projects.
So, there really is an old man here. Maybe the freaks are on to something.
What's that? I don't know any stick boy, wicked or otherwise. And don't mention history to me. Can't barge in here talking about history. I'm just an old man down on his luck.
Whatever. Maybe you are just some guy, but there's a gang of deck mutants called the Freakbeats who are convinced that you were Julius Krakauer's right arm, and they're on their way here to get revenge for all their genetic misfortune by killing you.
Damn it to hell all over the place. I was just a punk, a kid. I never even met Julius Krakauer, or even made it inside of Vesuvius's main lab. I didn't design the stuff. It's not my fault the damn machine corrupted the gene pool.
We can talk later. The Freakbeats are on the way and they're taking no prisoners. Come on, we'll take you someplace safe.
No, I'm not budging anywhere. You don't know how many times I've outwitted punks like this. Maybe it's time I was caught.
Listen, we've talked to these freaks and they're whacked. This Wicked Stick kid's got them wilded on getting you. I'm certain they'll try again. You really should go someplace safer, at least temporarily. I'm gonna write down an address. A friend of ours named Dante lives there. He'll fill you in on what we're involved in and put you up for a while. You'll be safe there. We'll hook up with you later.
You got a deal. Besides, it'd be nice to have someone to talk to for a while.
Small and cramped as it is, the occupant of this attic apartment seems to be pretty...
Can I help you with something?
We're investigating a murder victim named Brian Avery. We also want to ask you some questions about Chastity Bene.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about a Brian Avery. And Chastity, well, she's been out a lot lately. Sorry.
What about here? You in charge?
Well, you might say that. The others seem to... Well, I guess they've appointed me leader.
Well, how exciting for you. What's going on with you and Chastity?
Well, I don't know if anything's really going on, but I think she's got kind of a crush on Dolph Vanity, the Deadly's leader. The thing is, Chastity's so sweet and naive, she doesn't know what he's really like.
What's your problem with Vanity?
There's no problem. He runs his gang and I try to lead the cleans, that's all. If he wants to corrupt young people who don't know any better, that's his business. If he wants to befoul them and lead them into perversion, there's nothing I can do about it. If he wants to...
We get you, kid. You don't give a damn.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't care. It's just that it's not my place to do anything about it. I just try to lead by example. I mean, for instance, if I knew that Dolph Vanity had some terrible secret in his closet, something that might make the Deadlies disown him, well, it just wouldn't be my place to uncover it. I'm just not talented enough to investigate it.
Not like, say, some hard-noses you might come across who are investigating a murder.
Right. I mean, I'm really sorry that I'm not able to because I suspect Dolph's hiding the kind of information that might bring him down, even break up the Deadlies.
Can it, kid? I'm beginning to understand how a wimp like you got to run this outfit. But look, what's in it for us? I mean, if we dig up some dirt on Vanity, that's great for a power-mad little dweeb like you. And it'll probably make Chastity wise up too. Then if she's dumb enough to fall for your act, that's her business. But there's gotta be something in it for us, if we're gonna mess with those psychos across the alley.
What? What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I don't understand you.
You understand him, kid. He's saying we'll dig up whatever it is Vanity's hiding if you give us the scoop on Brian Avery. We know you know more about his murder than you're letting on.
I'm sorry. What was his name again? Brian Amory?
I'm gonna have to hit him. Let me hit him, Rach.
Get online, killer. Last chance, kid. Avery. The name's Brian Avery.
Oh, Brian! I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood you. Yes, I knew Brian, but I'm not sure I have what you need. I mean, I'd have to think about it, but I'd have time to do that for you while you're, doing what you said you were going to do about Dolph.
Sounds like we already got a deal. Come on, Rach, let's get started before I have to give this kid a real reason to say sorry all the time.
What are you looking at? Stop staring at me like that.
We aren't staring at you.
Yeah, right. Like this guy's not just staring at my breasts.
That's not really why we're...
It's not like I don't have a sex drive, or that I'm not attracted to men.
Well, Christopher here tells us that you and the fellow across the street had a thing going.
That would seem like a thing to him. He blushes just shaking a girl's hand. Yeah, Dolph and I went out a few times. Pissed everybody off on both sides of the alley.
Guess it didn't work out.
Same old story for me. Things were about to get hot and heavy, and I couldn't go through with it. Maybe I was lucky. I don't know how any woman could put up with that arrogant SOB. Look at him, with his chest thrust out and his nose up in the air. God, but he is good looking. Dolph's the leader of the Deadly Seven. They think they're above the law. They think they're too good to obey the hand. That's Blood McGrath next to Dolph. Be careful with Blood. Most of the Deadly Seven are poofs. But he's a killer. He's the only one that scares me. Well, listen, Gideon. If you want to go out later, I'm a safe date.
Well, look what Squeaky Clean Tours just dropped off. On a little vacation to Sin World, folks. Mr. and Ms. America visit the dark side of our urban nation. You guys bring cameras or what? Dolph would make a hell of a slideshow back home to show at the next card club.
I guess you put an air hose up somebody's rear end, Gideon, and eventually a bubble's gonna make its way to their brain.
That is some mouth on that one, mister. Hope she puts it to good use.
What could she possibly see in this guy, Gid?
Don't know. There's always the possibility that she's just not real bright.
Hey, who's not real bright? Who are you talking about?
I think you know. And you wouldn't like us to spell it out for you right here, would you?
Yeah, I know who you mean. But keep it down. Any chick that I got something going with, well, that ain't for all my people to know. These guys aren't all about love and shit. They're the edge, man. I come across looking soft in front of the Deadly Seven. My rep will go to hell along with my soul.
Don't even come close to me, man. Don't even think about it. I hate it when people get too friggin' close to me. I wanna just take them out, just like I'm gonna do with the friggin' clean machine. I mean, I wanna blow them to kingdom freaking come.
Easy, Gid. This guy's like nitroglycerin. You don't want to rattle him.
I don't know how to break this to you, Rach, but the guy appears to be rattled already.
That's another thing I friggin' hate whispering. The only friggin' quiet I like is the moment of silence right before ignition.
I think he's a little hard of hearing.
There's nothing wrong with my friggin' hearing, you dumb shits.
We'd like to ask you a few questions.
I knew it, I friggin' knew it. You two have that look that says friggin' enforcement, man, or Revo Squad or some shit like that, man. I hate that when I see it on somebody.
You know, it's guys like this that give us professional, hard-working bombers a bad name. You two go ahead and let me stay behind and give this guy a little personalized lesson. I mean, he's gonna blow himself up someday. I just know this kind of guy. He's gonna want to taste it. I know it. So why make him wait? I could do it all for him now.
No, Senna, we don't operate that way.
Yes, we do. I mean, we could.
Believe me, I'd like to. But like you say, he'll buy it someday. Let's just hope he's by himself. Come on, we've got to keep moving.
Look, kid, just tell us what you know about Brian Avery.
And leave all this sick, evil shit out.
Watch it, asshole. I could stick a flyweight filter demo on you and you'd never know it. Delayed motion timer. You'd blow up just walking down the street. Nobody's innocent, man.
Including Avery?
Hell no. Okay. You want to know about Avery, man? I'll tell you about Avery. He was playing both sides of the fence, supplying me, my enemies, even the cleans with whatever they wanted.
He supplied the cleans with explosives?
Fireworks for a party, that and some other stuff that didn't go boom. Petty stuff, man, all of it. I mean, man, I had to give the cleans a taste of what he really had. I'm thinking about it too, man. Some of them, like that friggin' Chastity, think she's so holy. But she's no better than anybody else. But things are coming, man. Great things are coming.
I had to take you out now. Do the world a favor.
Try it, man. Just try it. I got this space wired. I could incinerate you before you got anywhere near me.
Back off, Gid.
Yeah, back up, kid.
I'm sorry. What was his name again?
I'm gonna have to...
Excuse me.
Ah!
Sorry. Didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, no, it's all right. I've been a little jumpy lately.
Understandable, what with the murder and all.
The murder? Oh, right. I'd forgotten that. I was thinking more about this woman with the sevens. She's kind of been after me.
So what's so bad about that?
Gideon, I think I'll do the asking here. Who is it, kid?
It's electric sex.
Cripes, you kids give yourselves kind of hopeful names, don't you? Well, in any case, kid, you're on your own with that little problem. We wanted to ask you if you happen to know anything about that murder we mentioned.
No, I haven't really been around here much.
Get a grip, kid.
Gideon, let's go.
Coming, dear. Good luck, kid.
The hand of God and the hand of friendship are always extended here, friends. Do you need a meal, a place to wash up, a bed to rest in? You two look as though you've spent too much time on these dirty streets.
Thanks for the offer, but we're not so bad off that we need a missionary. I know I'll be sorry for asking, but what's up with her and the other cleans?
She acts like she's the leader around here, and she treats the rest of us like we were soldiers in her army. Anyone gets out of line, and wham! She's down hard on them. Take poor Drip, for instance. He's as kind and self-effacing as can be. He wouldn't hurt a living soul, and he doesn't ask anything for himself. You'd think that just this one time the Temperance would allow him a rare indulgence. But no, she has to ruin it.
Again, I know I'll be sorry, but what's she doing to the poor guy?
Well, Drip is so quiet and shy. He has an awful time with women. Somehow, and really, it's just the most unlikely match, but he and Electric Sex of the Deadly Sevens have become something of, well, I think item is too strong a word, but, well, you know. But Temperance has threatened to reveal their affair if they try anything. Oh, you don't know Drip. He'd just shrivel up and die if anybody knew about him and Electric Sex. She's so flamboyant, so indecent, so exposed. He'd be so ashamed that he'd lock himself away. Oh no, no one must know. But at the same time, I hate to see... If only there was someplace else for them to go. A room that wasn't in the cleaner deadly brownstone. If someplace else was accessible to them, then it would be easier on Drip and less likely that anyone would discover what they were doing.
That might work, but Temperance could still find them out.
I've thought about that too, and though it pains me to hurt anyone, we might be able to block Temperance from being so mean to Drip.
And I've no doubt that we fit into your plan somehow.
Well, yes you do, actually. You see, I know her one weakness. There's a line of, well, smutty comic books published by a company named Erotics. I once accidentally discovered a cache of these comics in Temperance's room. If you bring her more comics, then I'll have some leverage over her, and she'll leave Drip and Electric Sex to go about their business.
That sounds like blackmail. Not a very clean thing to do, is it?
Sometimes love demands we get a little dirty.
You look like you've been reading too many scary comics lately, Pap.
I wish. Hardly have the time. We sell them as soon as they come in, which isn't too often lately. The hand has really been clamping down.
Gideon, Rachel, you two look like I feel. What is it? What's happened?
Probably best if we don't give you all the details. Let's just say we're suddenly unemployed, and our former boss has a funny idea about what a severance check is.
Ah, you've said enough. If you need a place to hide, you're welcome. Lord knows you've done enough for us.
That's the truth. The way the hand hates comics, you could have turned us in a long time ago, and probably gotten a big commendation.
And all those kid hackers who hang out here. Some of them real cowboys already. We could have been closed down for that alone. Not that it matters. We're practically shut down now, after all.
What you two do here is harmless. Who cares if kids read comic books? I never understood why Ark went after places like this anyhow. What do you mean you're shut down now?
Haven't you heard? Locusts. It's a plague, like in the Bible.
What are you talking about?
Computer locusts. It's like a virus. It comes up fast, then it starts shredding memory the way locust shreds vegetation. And all of a sudden, you got no programming under you. Just a bottomless pit of negative info. You're in a free fall being sucked down into this black hole.
You think the locusts are something planted by the hand?
It would be just like them to try and lock up everybody's computer. And if this was their doing, it's been successful. Our computers, hell, everybody's computers, are shut down now. But I'll tell you, these locusts are something. It seems like a natural cyber phenomenon, a microburst wind shear. Locusts swirl up and surround you, eating everything you summon up to try and get them out of there. Then it creates an info vacuum below you that sucks you down into the pit. If you stay in cyberspace an instant too long, you're a flatliner for good. At any rate, we're shut down now. We've been sitting around all day with nothing to do except stare at a screen full of jumbled commands. We're afraid to jack in, surf the net, and see if we can get a look at things.
You may not have to jack in. You say you're getting a screen full of jumbled words?
That's it. Just letters. If they're words, it's in no language I've ever seen.
That may be your answer.
It's shuffling through those letters for some reason, and the way it's arranging them may be a clue. One organization may have some bearing on the next. It's obviously eating every other memory but its own. All it has to remember is its own failsafe, probably a single word. You can bet whoever implemented this must have had a way to shut it down so it wouldn't eat up their own system. If you can find that code word, you may be able to shut down the locusts.
Why didn't I think of that?
Because you're senile, that's why. But listen, containment of artificial realities is your business. Think you can help us lick these virtual bugs?
Look, we're really pressed for time, but we'll try to help you with the locusts. But in return, there's something we need from you.
Anything. Just name it.
Well, it's not from me, see, but we need some...
We need some porno comics. We never said anything to you two about it, but we know you handle that sort of thing.
Business is business. I'll give you the comics, no problem.
Great, and don't worry. They're going to help a good cause. First, let's go swat some locusts.
Look, I know you got other things on your mind, like staying alive. But you're safe here. Ark doesn't even know we exist, thanks to you. Can't you give us a hand? We're desperate. Without our computer, we're sunk.
Eureka! I knew if anyone could stop the locusts, it would be you two.
Here's a stack of those Pono comics you wanted.
Thanks, guys. Believe me, the person who's getting these comics really needs them.
The hand's message is one of discipline and self-correction. We must purify ourselves of weakness and sin and resist the seduction of technology, the urge to elevate the mechanical over the human. Only then can we serve the state and God.
Ram it, sister. We played by the hand's rules long enough. Try evangelizing us and I'll bust you one in the jaw.
I shall not be baited by an unbeliever. Solene Solex's divine power is evident in his mastery over the gates of hell. I need look no further than across the street to witness the wages of sin. The deadly seven flaunt their restraint and think they can sin with impunity, but they will pay for their iniquity. What is the meaning of these vile publications?
No meaning. Call it a gift. They're yours if you agree to ease up on electric sex and drip.
I see. Well, I certainly do not have any interest in these awful things, but I will keep these in my possession to prevent them from falling into less disciplined hands. Removing these from the market will be a small victory in the war against sin, but a victory nevertheless.
And you'll leave sex and drip alone?
Yes, yes. Damn them both to an eternity's burning. I don't care. Leave me to dispose of these comics.
You look a little, well, aghast at things here. I understand. Situation must seem odd to you, the way we live in such close proximity to our rivals. It's very zen, really. See, the deadlies and the cleans need each other. It's like yin and yang.
Jeez, Rach, I guess that guy was what you'd call a liberal, huh? None of these people bother him.
Something I can help you with? I'm pretty involved in something here.
Funny you put it that way. We wanted to ask you about something else you were pretty involved in. Guy named Brian Avery.
Brian and I are a thing of the past. Our romance, well, it just wasn't an efficient use of my time.
With all the attention, maybe he killed himself.
Can it, Cinna? Not everyone is responsible for their own death.
You're a riot, Rachel. I hope you're taking notes. Put too much pressure on a man, and you could lose him.
Come on, you two.
Look, was there anything else about Brian? Did any of his gun running ever bring him into direct contact with the hand?
Honest, I really wouldn't know. Why don't you go bribe some transgression officials or something? That might be a better use of your time.
Let's see, that would take some money, I believe. And we lost our jobs recently.
Well, why didn't you say so? I could help you with that. As part of our battle against evil, I've been figuring out some ways to deplete the coffers of our enemies, the Deadlies. I think I've found a way to jack into Dick Covett's bank account. He's somebody who could really learn a lot from impoverishment. I'd just have to run a rap on his bank account.
Run a rap?
Yes. Don't you know what rap means?
Oh yeah, sure, it was some kind of poetry about 1,000 years ago or so.
Not exactly. In this case, it means Rapid Assessment Program.
Yeah, right, whatever.
So, you interested?
Yep. We're having trouble getting anything done without some green to paint the way.
Okay then, let's give Covet's bank account a spank and see if it hollers.
Holy cow! You did it!
Well, I couldn't quite get it all, only about $100,000. Some of it seems to have been seized by the bank's computers when they realized the account was being emptied. They've got a vigilance program that's practically an AI. He must have had some loans or something they were afraid he was skipping out on. Either way, though, he's cleaned out, that's for sure.
Thanks, Fracky. And don't worry, somebody better than Brian will come along someday. Somebody who will appreciate your hard work. We delivered the comics. He certainly had her pegged. She tried to play it cool, but her face went red and her hair practically stood on end when we handed them to her.
Excellent. Let her try something now. I know I shouldn't be happy to have something on Temperance, and I try so hard to love her as much as the next person, but she's so hard and unforgiving. And maybe this will teach her a lesson. Tough love, I think it used to be called. Now Drip and Electric Sex will be free to express their love.
Boy, I don't know if love's exactly the right thing to call it, but they're certainly free to do it.
I see you've been making friends fast around here. Come, let me get a good look at you.
You're really taking a chance. You know, promiscuity is a one-way ticket to a dark afterlife these days.
Oh, open your minds. What are you holding on to that old righteousness for? What'll it get you? Listen, we're all in for it. And this is our one chance to catch a little bit of heaven while we still can.
We've still got a few more things to finish up in this plane before we're ready to face the consequences.
Suit yourself. Maybe we could talk. If you guys actually did something around here besides gawking like a couple of kids on a field trip.
Those are pretty wicked-looking kick boots you've got on.
Oh, cripes, it's the fashion monger. Get lost.
Well, hello. Don't you two look like a pile of money? Or rather like two people who made a pile of money in a disreputable manner? Like maybe from a little friend of mine named Dickie Covet? I can see you're feeling real bad about that, though, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to tell you a way you can convert your sudden and mysterious amount of revenues into some cash resembling a major mountain of money, which would allow you to pay back Dickie Bird and revive his spirits while also establishing yourselves as mini moguls. You hip?
What's your plan?
Brother, you want to play, you got to pay. 5,000 simoleons, sucker.
You wouldn't be packing something I can hit on, would you?
What are you talking about? Hit what?
A little drink, a dust buster, a phlegm cutter. I've got the vermouth, the bitters, a dozen fruit juices, everything but the gin.
Not our problem, girlie. Do your own shopping.
I've learned that lesson. That lazy bastard Langlo volunteered to get me a bottle when he saw me about to exhaust my last fifth, except he's hardly moved from that sofa to get it.
He's got the hots for you?
If you can call it hot. What's he think any woman would see in him? He says he wants me, but he don't try too hard to get me.
Help us out, and we'll enroll you in the Beers of the World Club.
Ooh, I'm crazy for Angor steam. Just the right mix of pale and bitter. Damn straight there could be violence. Blood McGrath could do the psycho at any moment. Dick Covett would die if somebody were wearing nicer shoes than he was, and I might throttle Lecter if she recommends one more diet course or sends the cops over here again looking for my juice.
Why stay so close to each other? Why not move away?
Let them win. This is our home too. And don't think we haven't tried to make peace. A few months ago we had a sit down. Idea was to eat a big meal together and work out our problems. We were at each other's throats. Whole thing ended with us throwing food at each other and Blood McGrath threatening to burn the Cleanie's house down.
How terrible.
At least I stole Stephen Benevolus's smokes.
A Cleanie smokes? Seems out of character.
He doesn't. They were a peace offering from Prophet, and Stefan was too polite not to smoke them. You sure you don't have a shot of something on you?
Hey, how's it hanging?
What are you, on guard duty or something?
Huh? Oh, I get it. Right, man, right. I'm keeping an eye on things. Used to be a holovision here, man, right where you're standing.
So, you see a lot of what goes on around here then. Maybe you could answer a few questions.
Go ahead, man, fire away, it's cool. I wasn't doing nothing anyhow, just sitting around trying to think where I could get a still for Barbara.
A still?
Yeah, man, she likes to juice it a little bit, but I don't care. Makes her look kind of sexy, you know? So, like, I thought if she had her own still, man, she'd look like even more so, man. So that's what I want to do, man, is get her a still. Put her right here next to the couch. We could talk.
Simmer down there a minute, Speedo. You gotta answer some questions. The way you're planted on that couch, I figure you know something about the comings and goings of this place. I figure you could tell us something about Brian Avery.
Huh? Oh, yeah, Brian. I know Brian. Well, I mean, like, I know some things about Brian, but I can't talk to you about him right now, man. I gotta scope out the still situation.
What? Look, do you even have any idea where to get a still?
No, man, that's the problem. I mean, I'd have to get up and go do some hunting or something, I guess.
Look, if we get you a still, will you tell us about Brian?
You'll find me a still?
If you'll talk.
We're talking assembled, right? I mean, you know, ready to go?
Yes, yes!
Cripes, we better go find this thing before he asks us to throw in a sandwich machine.
What happened here, Doc? You never were much of a housekeeper, but man, this is ridiculous.
Technology assessment finally caught up with me. Sent a goon squad over here to do this.
What now? You're not crazy enough to restock, are you?
What's with the questions? You two looking to set me up a second time?
What's that mean? You think we caused this?
Somebody sure as hell punched my ticket.
Not us. We struck a deal with you, and we stick by it. Damn it, we came here to see what you were stocking. We thought maybe you have something that could help us. The hands come down on us, too.
Look, I apologize. I know you wouldn't sell me out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Head west? Maybe get my face reconstructed again. New identity and start over. Not that I have much left to start with. Look at that pile of junk there. This pressed and tensile picklock's about the only thing I'm certain will work, and that's because I was carrying it on me. Listen, I can use the cash. I'll sell this to you and install it for $6,000. That's a steal, guys. No cutting involved. Simple skin craft. The lockpick folds on itself when not operating. The whole mechanism only weighs half a pound, and you can have the graft removed any time. Nobody'd know you ever had it. What do you say? That's more like it. I can start getting myself clean again with this. Stay close now and I'll attach the graft.
Hold it right there. Don't move. Okay, you can come in now.
What was that all about?
He was scanning us. The scanner had a motion stabilizer on it too. Move and it stabilizes you. Stabilizes you as in poof.
Very good. How did you know? You couldn't find those scanners if you reduced this place to toothpicks.
I don't know. To tell you the truth, it just came to me. Weird. I guess it's just something I picked up somewhere. Anyway, I take it Dante told you we were coming?
Yes. You'll have to forgive the scanner check. Standard precautions. Anyway, actually, when Dante mentioned you, I asked him to send you. I thought a couple of renegade arc agents could prove useful. Arc agent. You ever notice how much that sounds like Archangel?
Can't say that I have.
Dante seemed to think you could help us.
Oh, there's no doubt we could help you. The question is, are you going to help us?
You said yourself a couple former ARC agents would come in handy. We can help out. Some.
Some's not enough, my dear. You think the Resistance is staffed by part-timers working their way through school? Don't tell me you can help some.
Take it easy, pal. Rachel just has a little trouble with the concept of total war against somebody we just quit working for. Somebody we gave heart and soul to.
Well, there's more to it than Solix, but cutting off the leader of a rotten system should help considerably. Snakes rarely regrow heads.
What are you talking about?
You still want in? It's gotta be more than shelter in a storm. You've gotta help us. I've got an assignment that only someone with a background like yours could pull off. It would involve swooping down and leveling a mortal blow against your former employer, the hand of God itself.
All right, I'm in. I guess I just can't find any more excuses for Solux.
That's because there are none. Which is why your assignment is to kill the Imperator.
What are you, out of your friggin' mind? Solix has so much security around it's suicide to even think about it. Shit, they probably could kill you for thinking about it. Solix probably has psionic bodyguards.
3 of them, to be precise. A reconnaissance that cost us the lives of 2 freedom fighters. We've even heard they've developed something called a resonator shield. Supposedly, Solix wears a device that is programmed to recognize the vibrations of various grades of bullets in flight. The rifling of the bullets apparently slices through the air with a detectable resonance. The device emits an aura that matches the vibrations, thereby disrupting the flight, slowing up the bullets so much they literally bounce off the wearer. In any case, true or not, that kind of personal security is why we're not going after Solix.
Wait a minute. I thought you said...
We're going after Solix's car.
The Selena Zine? Come on, it's gotta have security every bit as tight as the protection around Solix. And even if you got through to it, wouldn't they scan it for every type of demo device imaginable?
They've put most of their effort into guarding the building the car is in. They figure if the compound is secure, the contents are secure. But there's a lot of business in and out of that building. Getting past the initial security shouldn't be impossible. From there, you've just got a team of 24-hour mechanics to outwit. As for the device, take a look. It's a homing mechanism, not a bomb. The bomb comes later, when the car is in motion and occupied.
Still, they'll detect it right away, even if it is a tiny little thing. They'll find it long before Solix gets anywhere near.
Look again. This thing has an anti-scanning shield on it that cost us dearly. The final mechanism contains no demolitions, and it emits no radio waves. It's virtually undetectable.
So, how does it work?
It simply hums in response to engine vibration. That means we can use a resonance impactor, a smart bomb that homes in on the particular frequency of this little hummer.
Wow, what a great deal. All we have to do is go out and get ourselves killed for the Resistance. Actually, probably tortured, then killed. And in return, you'll what?
What'd you expect? You think you could just sit around our various safe houses and twiddle your thumbs? You want to be safe and secure, you've got to help us topple the Androgyne. No one will ever really be safe as long as the Hand rules America.
He's right, Rach. Besides, we owe the old girl, guy, whatever. Hell, you know, we kill Solix, they might finally find out what sex that character is.
Oh, there's a good reason to do it.
For whatever it's worth, you survive, and I'll bring you to Senator Burr, the leader of the Resistance. Killing Solix has been my main orientation for years. It won't be the end of the struggle, but it will be the beginning of the end. It'll bring us that much closer to freedom, and it will rejuvenate the entire movement. Good luck, Archangels.
Give me the device, Xenon.
It's right over there. And you know where the Selenazine is, the garage at the Pentagon. Good luck.
Hold on. Be with you in a second. Oh, these ribs. I love these ribs. They rip up my stomach, but I love them. Let me just wipe my hands here. Don't want to get sauce all over your papers. Now then, what can I do for you?
Parts delivery. Got a truck idling on front with a load of axles and exhaust systems. Where do you want them?
Parts? What? Axles? I don't know no axles. You gotta have a level 4 pass to get in here. And I don't care if you're bringing me axles or 30 pounds of ribs. Let me see your pass if you got one.
Yeah? You from the Polish sausage place down the street? Think you guys take long enough to deliver a couple of lousy sandwiches? We're starving down here. Garage 16. We need an XF 5700 limo down at the Watergate. Pronto. Over.
No, we're here on official business.
I see you've already been snooping around the place. Sector 7, do you have a hover van service and ready? Over. Listen, what's your business here?
Created as it was by one of the Underground's most proficient forgers, this Level 4 pass is practically guaranteed to help you get past the level of security that they have at places like, say, the garage where they keep Solene Solux's car.
That was easy enough. You gave me a pass, and now you can pass.
For all the techno advancements of 2095, they still haven't found a better way to get at the underbelly of a motor vehicle than a platform on 4 little wheels.
Listen, I've dealt with you guys before. I don't have time for all your bureaucratic bullshit. If you know who you're looking for, I'll page him for you. Let's check the roster here. Name doesn't ring a bell.
Check again, old man. You know, a blot on your record for uncooperative behavior with the Bureau doesn't fare well when, say, you're in need of a government service.
So I'm dealing with a couple of ball busters here. Fine. Joe Boyle, get your ass to the dispatcher's office. Over. Now, if you don't mind, I work for a living.
That doesn't work.
The Solinozine, Soline Solux's official limo.
That doesn't work. Okay, the homing device is planted. Let's get the hell out of here.
Incredible job, man. We'll have to wait and see if the device works, but you've gotten it hidden on the Solinozine. In the meantime, it's time for you to meet Senator Burr. You're one of us now. Go to the British Embassy. It's in DuPont Circle.
His flesh is so real, so human. But then there are those machines in his abdomen. It's monstrous.
Yeah, Charles, your specs, please.
I am a Charles class multi-server unit. My hardware is powered by 400 megahertz of processing power and a 12 terabyte drive. Gibtex Free Association modules and Pandar Lab creative memory cells serve respectively as primary operating system and source storage. My wetware was spawned from New Corporeal's Genesis genome and grown in a hothouse near Federal Center. Wetware incubation occurred over 7-month period. Quality assurance tests completed. Current diagnostics. Major organs, 73% efficacy. Rating reflects minor heart blockage, development of possibly precancerous polyps along wall of large intestine. Organelles, 89% efficacy. Rating reflects deteriorations in lymphatic system. Skeletal system, 100% efficacy. Circulatory system.
That's enough, Charles. Thanks.
So you're Ashante and Brock, the rogue ARC agents who've got the 5 fingers shaking like palsied old women.
You got it, Chief. Doing your job for you.
Maybe you are. Did they check these 2 Vivid?
Stripped them and scanned them. Any weapons were stripped of ammo. Senator Burr wants to see them.
You make one false move near the senator, and I'll kill you.
We're on the same side, hard guy.
I don't know that. I just see a couple of ARC agents standing in CFF headquarters, and I get suspicious about how a couple of narcs took out a scrub team.
I thought we passed our initiation when we helped Xenon set up Solux.
I want him dead. Now, how do we know you haven't tipped Solux about that homing device you put on his vehicle? Xenon's too trusting. So Senator Burr, for that matter. I'll be watching. You should remember that. Senator's through the door on the left. Lucky for you, your fate is in her hands and not mine.
Mr. Ashanti, Ms. Brock, Aldo Xenon has briefed me about your midnight visitors. Never trust animals that eat their young or a government that shoots its own people.
Right now, we don't have a lot of trust left for anybody, Senator.
You've proved to me that you have your uses. For now, at least. I'm going to risk trusting you.
You won't regret it. Desperate people can make loyal allies.
There is something you can help me with. Something that has divided the front's leadership for years. It involves missing comrades. The current effort to strike at Solux are by no means our first. Our most ambitious and perhaps reckless attempt occurred a few years ago, when 15 of our finest agents undertook a guerrilla raid on the Pentagon. Acting on intelligence from agents we have on the inside, the attack force was to infiltrate the Pentagon, make its way along air ducts and secured hallways to the Imperator's sanctum, and kill it.
But something happened.
They never made it to Solux. In their final transmission, Marcus Vanders, the attack leader, reported they discovered something so significant, so disturbing in its implications that they didn't trust explaining it over wireless transmission. Whatever it was, caused Vanders to immediately abort the mission and order a return here to the embassy. The last we heard, they were engaged in a running firefight with the Imperator's troops. 8 members of the attack team were confirmed dead by Vanders before we lost contact with him.
You figure the Hand is holding them prisoner? Maybe in hell?
It's possible. I'm among those who think we should not give up hope of rescuing them until we know they are dead.
Corpus delicti, eh? You're the boss. Why not lay down the law?
Because my staff is divided over the issue. Because I haven't people to spare on what is probably a futile effort.
But now you've got us. Surplus labor, eh? A little gravy.
You get the picture. As you fight to save yourselves, I'd like for you to search for evidence, on Earth or in Hell, of the attack team's fate. In addition to Vanders, the unaccounted-for commandos are Harold Balk, Lena Gordon, Vic Tavaleo, Mick Malone, Claudette Simeone, Francis Robinson, and Czech Vilsaz.
We'll do what we can.
Report to me whenever you learn anything about the attack team, or about anything else that might aid in the struggle against Solux and against Hell. You can usually find me in the command room.
Say, I like the cut of your jib. What say you ditch the dame and you and I go ashore?
I don't believe this. The last one to program her must have been a sailor.
Admiral.
He must have been at sea a long time. Let me adjust it. Idiom change. Receptionist. Mature professional. Non-military.
How may I direct you? How may I direct you?
This implant is permanently attached.
Wait a minute. We nuked you. I saw you. We were...
What the hell's going on?
I was playing. Why, you were in hell, man. How do you think you get to hell? You got to be dead in the first place.
Something's fishy here.
Of course it is. But you're barking up the wrong tree. Pazuzu's the one you ought to be watching out for. He sent you to me, didn't he? He sent you to find out where I get my weaponry. And how did Pazuzu get you to approach me? Simple. He has something you want. But do you actually think he's going to give it to you just because he said he would? So I tell you again, you are on the wrong side. No, the long and the short of it is this. If you want to get something out of Pazuzu, you're going to have something on him.
I suppose you're going to make us fight you again before you give us something on him.
Much as I like to, lady, it's unnecessary. How strong are your allegiances to him?
They're non-existent.
I thought as much. You two are talented, but you're no more than mercenaries. In any case, what you probably don't know about Pazuzu is that he likes to play mobster. His biggest service to the mob is that he maintains a hell pit where the mob can hide hostages and stolen goods.
Hostages?
That's when warring mobs agree to parlay and each give a hostage to Pazuzu to ensure good faith negotiations. He's got a couple right now, as a matter of fact. He's also got a kidnapped victim the mob's holding for ransom. Crystal Getty, heir to the limitless Getty fortune. If anything were to happen to her, like if she were to escape, Pazuzu would be in hot water with the mob.
Useful information, if we know where this hell pit is.
Well, son, I've been thinking of sending you two back to hell in return for you freeing that disgrace to the uniform, Mangini. Only thing is, this time you'll be prepared. Could we meet on the battlefield once more? Are you ready to go to hell? To Hades, then! Attack!
Hey, what do you want from me? I got a card game here.
Beautiful's not around, is he?
Yeah, he's over there taking an acid bath. Who you guys supposed to be? This is a hell of a place to be taking a stroll. That's a good one.
The jokes you practice mark you funny, but I'm tired of wit and want your money. Do your deed and make the plot less scanty. Shut your mouth and up the ante.
All right, there you go. We're all in.
I recognize this guy, Gid. That's Delmonico Ferlinghetti. He's a capo in the Ciccio family.
Yeah, you're right. And the other guy's Carlos Portillo with the Colombians. Italians, Colombians, and the Apache Sioux fusion have been shooting holes in each other for years. Savage turf wars over empathics trading. I take it these two are willing visitors to this charming pit.
I'll go 50.
I'll see it. That's right. My good friend Delmonico and I are voluntary hostages. Our two organizations are trying to work out our differences. Live in peace.
Bold openings. Your cards must be nifty, but talk is cheap. I'll raise your 50. I stare right through your poker faces. Up my sleeve, I've 50 aces.
Yeah, peaceful coexistence. There's your 50, here's another, you scaly little bastard.
Madre Dios, no offense, Chemo, but it's too hot for me. I'm out. I can't figure these empathics, men paying to cry like little girls or to be frightened out of their wits. What happened to simpler pleasures?
Help me! Do something!
Keep her quiet, Chamo. I'm trying to think about my cards here.
Quiet your pleas or make me nasty. I'll rip your heart with angioplasty. My cigar burns bright if left to pace, brighter still, jammed in your face. As for you, my wagering Italiano, hold your seat, hit the Galliano. I see your bet, and what's more, stand tall. The plot's afoot, I beckon, I call.
3 jacks, Chamo.
Well, a worthy hand. The table is hush. But 3 jacks don't beat my royal flush. Delta flush. Do I lie and sell? Don't check the deal. The deck's from hell.
Lousy cheating demon. This waiting around wouldn't be so bad if you let us win a few hands.
Help me! Do something! Ah!
Don't worry, we'll get you out.
You don't understand. My neck will break and then heal again, over and over.
If anyone gets their neck broken, it'll be beautiful. I thought hell was supposed to punish sinners. What did she do wrong? I can't believe the hand knows what Beautiful's doing.
We can't get them back, but we can damn well stop them from sending anybody else here. I can't give this thing away.
Getty's freed. What perfidy is this? I'll have her bound in the dungeon of this. Tancoats, you don't work for the boss? Surrender the girl, or your lives are your loss.
You come over here and try to put me back in that thing. I'll dunk you in one of those acid vats, you little shit.
Remember where you are, Crystal. Cut your losses and run.
The palatial office of the former Army Chief of Staff looks big enough to muster the troops. The paintings of various world capitals look fitting, but the tapestry behind the desk looks like the flag of some other, darker force.